Well, hi guys, welcome to a very windy 1st of November here in Canberra, Australia. Just a very short video today, just to let you know what's happening with me and an update of what's going on in the flying and stuff. It's been a while. Well, I've gone ahead and bought myself an aeroplane. It's a 1978 Mooney M20J November Whiskey Foxtrot, and here it is. I bought it in Perth a couple of weeks ago and flew it across from Perth, from Jandakot to Canberra, and it was a great flight over. Fully IFR, IO360, 200 horsepower engine. Yeah, just flies great. Mooney's taken a little bit to get used to land, but I'm getting a qualified Mooney instructor to give me some finer points, just to finesse my flying a little bit. So here it is. Paint works pretty good. It's been hanged pretty much all its life, and yeah, I like it. I'll just show you the inside now, won't be a tick. Well, I'm sitting in the back seat here. It's got the covers on. Oh, I've just pulled them back a little bit so we can get in here, but I'll just show you the cockpit real quick. Here it is. It's got an Aspen Evolution PFD in it, which is quite nice actually. Also, it's got the Garmin 430 WAS, GNS 430. It's got a Bendix King ADS-B transponder, a couple of old radios, a COM and a NAV, which work just fine actually. And yeah, so it's got COM 1 here, COM 2 there, NAV 1, NAV 2. And it's got a digital RPM thingy, tacho I think they call it. Down here it's got a Century 2 autopilot, an older one, but it was refurbished recently and it works fine. I flew IFR all the way across from Jandakot to Canberra and it was fine. It just tracked the flight plan off the GNSS. Lovely. It's got an altitude hole which just nails the altitude and keeps it there. It's fantastic. I love it. Few numbers. It does 152 knots TAS at 8 to 9,000 feet, and it burns just over 40 litres an hour, 41 litres an hour, between 40 and 41, and it's got a fuel capacity, usable capacity of 242 litres, which gives us easy, what's that, 5 hours and a bit. The longest leg I've done was Jandakot to Forest, and that was gosh, 4 hours 50 or something. Anyway, I landed with about an hour and a half in the tank from Jandakot to Forest. So it's got long legs, a bit longer than my bladder can handle. I'll tell you, just as well I had a backup plan, which I used a couple of times. So there you go, there it is, and I'm hoping to get some good flying video of it shortly. It'll be used primarily for Angel flight. So I've registered as an Angel Flight volunteer pilot, and yeah, as soon as I get a mission, they're going to give or send me with a mentor pilot, and then from then on it's going to be myself. So that's what I got it for primarily, so I can enjoy my flying and also give back to the community in the form of Angel Flight flying around New South Wales and the ACT. So there you go, folks. I hope you enjoy it. I'll get a few, as I said, a few flying videos shortly, and we'll see how it goes from here. So hello to everybody. Big shout out to a few American subscribers who are doing it tough right now with the coronavirus. You guys are really getting hammered hard, so all the best to you. Thoughts and prayers are with you. So have a nice day, and catch you on the flip side. Bye. So when I started looking for another aeroplane, or made the decision to buy one, I initially looked at the Lancer 360, and people told me that because I'm 6'2", I'll never fit into one. So I saw one up in Sydney advertised, an IFR one. I contacted the guy, went up there, sat in it, and I fit in it because my length is in my legs, not so much my torso. So yeah, but he was asking a bit too much for it, so we couldn't come to an arrangement. But then I got to thinking, well, if I'm flying around, if I'm going to spend that much money on an aeroplane, and it's just me, it's a little bit selfish. So I thought, no, let's do something useful with it, enjoy flying, get something nice, and have my flying mean something, I guess, to the community or to people and other people. So I started looking around, and the Mooney caught my eye. The reason it did was because of its efficiency, its speed, and what it can do on 200 horsepower. So for a 4-seat, 4-cylinder Lycoming engine aeroplane, There's not much that can really touch it. It also has a pretty good load capacity, so ideal for Angel Flight. And Angel Flight needs certified aircraft. They won't let you fly experimental. So anyway, I contacted the seller. I found one in Albany, which is south of Perth in Western Australia. Contacted the seller, really nice guy called Mark. And because the borders were closed, we had a bit of a delay, but in the end I got permission to go and have a look at it. I got a pre-purchase inspection done by an engineering firm at Jandakot, and Mark and I did a deal. It's a typical 78 aircraft. It's got a beautiful paint job, but the plastics are, they're a bit old. It has a bit of a fuel seepage from the right wing, which apparently is Mooney. And Mark was nice enough to drop the price a bit to deal with that later on. Nothing needs doing immediately, just keeping an eye on it. Probably need a bit of a reseal job later on, which isn't cheap, but I knew that going into it. I flew across to Perth, and for those of you who don't know, it's probably similar flying New York to Los Angeles. I picked up the aircraft, did some circuits with Mark, felt comfortable with it, and 2 days later I departed back to Canberra. Took 2 days via Forest, Whyalla, and then Canberra. So only 2 stops along the way, which is great. So yeah, there it is. It's a nice aeroplane to fly. The autopilot's great. It's as I said, it's IFR, and I'm looking forward to doing Angel Flight missions with it. So this is a fairly boring ground one, no flying in this one, and to be honest, when I was going across the continent, all I wanted to do was keep my A game and not be bothered with making a video. So I do apologise, but there'll be plenty more videos coming with some flying stuff and showing the systems and how it performs with the autopilot and so on. So let's see what happens in the future. So all the best to you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.